Because even when God talked about the church, he was very specific in what he meant. You see, the word church means ecclesia. And ecclesia means this, the called out ones. So if you're a Christ follower and you are following Jesus and you are engaged in the church, God is saying this, I have called you out of this world to be a part of this organism called the church, and now I want to send you back into the world because the other part of this word means to be called out, to go forth. God has called us out as the church, and now I want you to go forth and change the world. So, if you have a pen, I want you to write two things down. I want to tell you two reasons why I love my church. I mean, I could give you 50,000, but I want to give you two. Number one, it's about life change. Here's why I love the church. It's about life change. It's never been about budgets. It's never been about buildings. It's never been about ministries. It's never been about crazy methodologies that we come up with in the church. This week when I sat down, I said, if I really boiled all the water out of the pot, why do I love the church? Because it's about life change. Jesus, when he came on the scene, said this. Look at Luke 4:18. Jesus said this in the synagogue right after he came out of his fast for 40 days and was tempted by Satan. It says, the Spirit of the Lord is on me because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free. Jesus was clear. He was all about life change. You know what's crazy about this verse? I've never met a poor person who said, I really hope I stay poor. In fact, the moment that they begin to become rich in something, they realize I don't have to stay poor. Why? Because Jesus doesn't give us good news so we can stay poor. He gives us good news so we can become rich. And then he goes on to say, freedom for the prisoners. I've never met a prisoner that says, well, I can't wait to go back to jail. I hope I get to go back to prison in a year. If they do, they're deranged. What they do every day of their life is they celebrate the freedom. Jesus said he was all about life change. You know what I love about my church? It is all about life change. I say it this way, people can come and be healed and changed by Jesus. That's why I love the church. I love a lot of other things, but this is why I love the church. People can come and be healed. It doesn't matter how jacked up, janked up, messed up, blown out, drug out, it doesn't matter. Listen, people can come, either of these campuses, you can come here, it doesn't matter. You say, well, I've got all this, everyone's told me, I understand all that. Listen, Jesus is about life change. He's not about just behavior modification. He's about changing our lives. And why do I love the church? Because it's about life change. I mean, think about it. Lost people can be found. Hurting people can be healed. Hopeless people can find hope. Blind people can see. For the first time in my life, spiritually, I've never understood how God can just literally remove the blinders and then suddenly someone realizes God does have a purpose for my life. People who are discouraged can find courage. Why? Because the church is about life change. It's about life change. I want to say it to you this way. We need to get addicted to life change here. We need to get more addicted to life change. Because when we do, you know what will happen? Our preferences will just kind of go to the wayside. And I've been in church long enough, I know that people have lots of preferences, right? People go, I prefer this style of worship. I prefer this type of teaching. Listen, when you're addicted to life change, you don't prefer much other than Jesus and people being changed by him. Can I get an amen? That's what you care about.